And while the Hawkeyes will head back to Iowa City to await their fate, the Buckeyes will move on to the next round of the tournament to take on the 2-seeded Illinois Fighting Illini. And as the fans trickle out of Carver Hawkeye Arena, their pregame dreams became a reality as the Iowa Hawkeyes are moving on to the national championship, and they'll be right back here in Carver for another watch party on Sunday. For the second year in a row, Hawkeye fans filled the east side of Carver Hawkeye Arena, and for the second year in a row, those fans left heartbroken. In just their second game of the regular season, the Iowa Hawkeyes took on the Alabama State Hornets in a game that relied on veteran leadership and a spark off the bench. Table to Table, a food rescue and distribution center right here in Iowa City, recently received 58,000 pounds of potatoes to distribute out across Johnson County. When Iowa cut men's tennis, men's gymnastics, and men's swimming and diving, dozens of athletes were left without homes. A couple of those athletes found a home right here in Lincoln, Nebraska. The news shocked then freshmen Zach Tieterman and James Friedman, who committed to Iowa for men's gymnastics.
I mean, it was our first month there in a new place, far from home, and your hopes and dreams were crushed in a matter of minutes, and you kind of just were left to deal with it.
The athletes fought back against then athletic director Gary Barta's decision initially, but quickly realized that would be a pointless effort.
We had those conversations with him and they were all shut down immediately. So he made it very clear that there was nothing we could do under any circumstances to bring these teams back.
I mean, I could speak candidly, right? Yeah. I mean, I think that athletic director sucks.
In the end, the decision was made to push forward and make the most out of Iowa's last season as a program.
I give a lot of credit to my student athletes at the time who really, it was hard. Like, it was hard to go into the gym every day and do what we needed to do. They made a commitment to doing it.
At the end of that season, Iowa defeated Zach and James's future home, Nebraska, who would go on to finish toward the top at nationals.
They beat us. We went up there, their last home meet, and they were on fire. We didn't do bad. They were great.
When it came time to find a new home, both Zach and James knew they wanted to compete at the NCAA level once again.
Because I tore my knee freshman year, I never really got to compete in the NCAA, and so it was really important to me to try to get back to that point.
At Nebraska, Zach and James have found success contributing to national contenders and breaking school records. Despite the rocky path Iowa put them on, neither Zach nor James hold a grudge against the University of Iowa.
I met a lot of great people there that I'm still good friends with. I had a lot of great times. I really like the city. Iowa City, I think, is an amazing college town.
However, both athletes love where they ended up.
I love being a Cornhusker. I think they really care for us here. They do so much for us. It's fun to say, "Go Big Red." I love it.
Zach and James hope to finish their final season strong just 4 years after their future is put in jeopardy. From the Devaney Center in Lincoln, Nebraska, Brady Behrend, DITV Sports. Hawkeye fans flooded into Carver Hawkeye Arena for a Final Four watch party, and they had national championship dreams.
Well, I'm pretty confident in us. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
However, fans knew it wasn't going to be an easy matchup.
I think this game's going to be intense. I think it'll be a close game, and all of our hearts will be beating fast at times.
Man, it's going to be fireworks. Not just Paige versus Caitlin, but, all the role players, just two fantastic teams.
While the energy was high before the game, things quickly settled down as the UConn Huskies took a lead into the first quarter, worrying many fans in attendance. But Iowa's short run would give fans hope going into halftime, bringing the energy back into Carver.
I was a little scared. Heart was beating a little quick, but when I saw that we're kind of getting a rhythm, I knew that the Hawkeyes, we have a chance to pull through.
Iowa would reward the fans' faith going on a run that gave Iowa the lead and got Carver rocking once again. The game was tight, and the Hawkeye faithful in Iowa City were on that edge of their seat, feeling the anticipation of every shot taken in Cleveland.
In those moments, I was thinking to myself, no, the team will pull through. They have pulled through in the past, and I know they have it in them.
With the ball in UConn's hands, fans waited anxiously for the final play of the game. UConn's offensive foul blew the roof off of Carver Hawkeye Arena, and when Caitlin Clark was put on the free throw line, fans knew it was all but over.
game was secured. As soon as Caitlin Clark was at the free throw, game was set in stone right there.
And as the fans trickle out of Carver Hawkeye Arena, their pregame dreams became a reality as the Iowa Hawkeyes are moving on to the national championship, and they'll be right back here in Carver for another watch party on Sunday. From Carver Hawkeye Arena, Brady Behrend, DI-TV Sports. From July to September of 2023, Iowa ranked number 4 in USDA dog breeder violations. This continues Iowa's trend of dog breeder violations, with Iowa having the most violations in the country in 2022. A kennel in Iowa City decided not to renew its license due to violations, one of which was due to the use of expired medication.
I think the standards for what's acceptable care seems like it's so low.
Some of the most common violations included improper housing, record keeping, and sanitation, with some inspectors finding dead dogs.
And there's no temperament testing, there's no really health checks on the adult dogs. They do get vaccinated on occasion, but that's a lot of times the only time they get any human interaction is negative by vaccinating or deworming them.
Iowa's status as a rural state is one of the main reasons for the large number of violations. Unlike animal shelters, puppy mills can go unnoticed, with small stacked cages, cold floors, minimal bedding, and a low amount of human interaction.
These producers are claiming that these are quote-unquote family farms, and these are family-raised dogs, whereas in truth they're treated like an agricultural product.
The best way to help out is to adopt from trusted and reputable locations like animal shelters. From Iowa City Animal Care and Adoption Center, Brady Behrend, DI-TV. Owen Freeman has played a massive role for the Hawkeye men's basketball team this season, but one thing that stands out about Freeman is his connection with former high school teammate Brock Harding.
And we just know where each other are going to be, know what each other like to do, can play off of each other. And it's just a lot of people don't have that luxury going into college, so we've just kind of had something we've known and just been able to build off that, get others involved in what we do, and you can just kind of see it when we're out there playing together.
Freeman committed to Iowa first, but he knew he wanted his point guard from Moline to come with him.
That was kind of in his ear, just saying that we should go play together in college. And then obviously when they were interested, I was super happy for him, and when he was able to commit, gave him a big hug.
Freeman and Harding don't just work well together on the court, they've also taken a few classes together to help adjust to their new lives as college students.
Just kind of get to joke around with each other, make fun of each other to other people, just fun, just get to relax off the court, go to class, be a regular student for a little bit.
Freeman and Harding believe that, along with fellow freshmen Laji Dembele and Price Sanford, the sky's the limit for the future of this Hawkeye team.
See our connection getting better and better. I feel like we have a whole lot of everything in our freshman class, and I feel like we have a really good class for sure.
While they may be excited for the future, they're still making sure to enjoy their freshman season.
Getting a lot of good experience. It's a lot of fun just playing these high-level games for sure.
Between the court vision of Harding and the interior dominance of Freeman, the Hawkeyes feel like they have a powerful duo for a long time. From Carver Hawkeye Arena, Brady Behrend, DI-TV Sports. Here at the Iowa Memorial Union, 3 precincts held their caucus votes, with students joining the general public to voice their opinions on important matters. Student voters braved the cold to partake in what was the first caucus for many of them. The caucus's location, along with Iowa's status as the first caucus in the nation, was a key reason students traveled through the frigid temperatures to vote.
I really honestly just want to see how it's done. It's a huge thing for Iowa, obviously, so if I'm a resident in the state, I want to be a part of it.
Key issues among student voters included abortion, vaccine mandates, and most importantly, freedom of speech on college campuses.
I feel like conservatives here on campus don't get their beliefs equally represented. Our events are often shut down when we have speakers, and then our chalk is washed away, written on top of our poster, turned down.
A couple students were the only voters in the room to provide speeches in support of their preferred candidate in an attempt to sway opinions. In the end, these student voters stressed the importance of student engagement in the political system.
Young people need to take their part and have a vision for where we want the country to go. It seems the country's divided, and a lot of that's because we don't have a vision for where we want to go.
While Vivek Ramaswamy, Ron DeSantis, and Donald Trump all had vocal support from students at the caucuses, Nikki Haley would go on to win in all 3 precincts, continuing her strong showing in Johnson County. In the end, Donald Trump would go on to win the entire state of Iowa. From the Iowa Memorial Union, Brady Behrend, DITV.